voice went, death.
Death, confinement and execution await us in Anglesey.
Whoa, it hit me right in my hand. You... Hello, I'm Yvette Fielding, and this week I've brought my team to Wales and the very haunted Beaumaris jail.
The jail is situated in Anglesey, Wales, and was built in 1829 by Joseph Aloysius Hanson. It housed men, women and children who had committed crimes from stealing and housebreaking to murder. The prisoners were given hard labour and were put to work on the tread wheel, and if any inmates behaved inappropriately, the whipping room was another place that instilled fear into the prisoners. There were 2 public hangings that took place at Beaumaris, where immense crowds were said to have gathered. The accused was led out of the door and onto a walkway. He walked through another door to where the noose and crowds waited. The jail was closed in 1878 when it became a police station until the 1950s. And in 1974, the old jail was opened to the public as a museum.
With such a harsh history of imprisonment and capital punishment, it's no wonder that Beaumaris jail is tormented by supposed lost souls. So who would be mad enough to spend last night completely alone and in the dark? Well, that would be John Gilbert and Stuart. And this is what happened.
Right, so me and John are in the condemned cell now. Are we going to close that door, John?
Shall we?
Yeah, close that door. Probably going to spend, what we're spending, half an hour?
We'll spend a few minutes
in this room.
I think we're going to walk. We're not spend all the time in this room. We're going to walk up and down.
Okay.
That's the idea. So, what do you want to do? Shall we sit down on the bed?
Is it? Have you got a mattress on it?
No.
No.
What, did you just push something?
I did not push anything. No.
Didn't you hear that?
Is the door? Have you shut this door?
Oh, the door's come open. Is there anybody there?
Hey. What's that shiny thing?
Is it a
Is
reflection?
that just reflection?
Glass? Yeah, it might be.
Put your torch on.
Oh!
What's that?
The door's open again.
Oh!
Is anybody here? If there's a spirit of some...
Ah! Oh! John, I want to mate.
You want to think I'm a bit...
What do you want to stop or do you want to carry on? Because...
Oh!
So John and Stuart were certainly frightened by the events that took place. It unnerved them so much that they couldn't remain in the jail overnight. Maybe they would have more staying power with the rest of the Most Haunted crew during the 24-hour stay.
This is the exhibition gallery, where the temperature drops suddenly without any reason, and many people have experienced nausea and dizziness when entering the room. But the most frightening thing that appears here is a black mass, which has been witnessed many times, floating in the centre of the room.
I've been working as a tour guide in Beaumaris jail for the past 5 months over the summer period. I've been working in the shop as well. When I started off, I was a bit dubious about the place. It was a bit intimidating, but after a while I got used to the place. And every once in a while I'd sort of feel overwhelmed, as if someone was looking at me or following me around the jail. And I was picking up weird smells, like strong misty smells and sweet smells, like pear drops and sweets.
We do regular vigils here once a month. The information that we pick up here is different every time. We get lots of different energies passing through this building. There is one energy that's static here. It's a very dark energy, very strong. It's definitely a man who likes to pick on vulnerable women.
Only 2 executions officially took place here at Beaumaris jail. The first, William Griffith, was hanged in 1830 for the attempted murder of his wife. And the second wasn't until 1862. Richard Rowlands was hanged for murdering his father-in-law. They would have both spent their last hours in the condemned cell. Where to this day people complain of being pushed against the wall by an unseen force. Others complain of being touched by ghostly hands, and a lonely phantom is said to lurk in the shadows. Some say that this phenomena is one of the executed men, which stands to reason, as even in death they couldn't escape the prison. Both were buried within the jail grounds.
One day I was here on my own. I was doing some jobs upstairs and I could hear the phone going, so I had to run downstairs, and as I was passing the middle corridor, I turned to my left and I saw a dark silhouette of a man by the iron stairs, and it was only for a split second, but I know he was there, definite, and that really scared me.
This corridor is a very scary place to be, as footsteps are heard regularly walking its length. It is thought they belong to the ghost of a warden who haunts this area. He's seen walking up this staircase towards the governor's office. As he approaches, the angry warden bangs on the door. His silhouette is clearly seen through the glass, but when investigated, there is never anyone there. But it's not just outside this office that ghosts are said to lurk. Inside is no place of sanctity, as people feel as though someone is standing behind them, while others complain of the walls mysteriously moving in and a severe tightening of their chest. Is the spirit of a past governor trying to communicate with us, or is this just a cold, lonely place with a terrible history? We have 24 hours to find out.
Most Haunted has investigated jails before, with fascinating results. Would Beaumaris be just as impressive? I felt the time was right to let David Wells, our medium, enter the building. What would he unearth, and would the Most Haunted crew still be confident about spending 24 hours at Beaumaris jail?
I've got faces at these cell doors looking out at me. I want to open this door and just say, it's your time, it's now.
Right. You all right?
Oh no, I've got a shocking pain.
The Most Haunted crew were going to be spending 24 hours in Beaumaris jail in Anglesey, Wales. So far, the team felt confident about their imminent confinement. But would their feelings change as our medium David Wells tries to communicate with the supposed spirits that wander the dark cells and corridors of the jail? It wasn't long before David found something.
There's real something whipping through. There's real something moving fast. I don't know if it's just here, if it's on this level. But it feels male, and you know, my conscious mind would say, you're in a laundry room, and no offence, it's more than likely to be at this time a woman that was doing the laundry, but it feels like a male energy. But it's really zooming past that way. Right. So sorry, but we need to...
Yeah, oh, go back out again.
Yeah. I want to go here. He's really going for it. It's like an energy. It's almost like a light trail. It goes this way.
I mean, he's quick, isn't he?
He is a bit quick. I want to go out here. Ooh. I want to go out here and he's gone right through that wall. It's like he's gone right through that wall. I can't get him. It's like, do you know, like a light trail of a firework? Right. It's like that.
That
straight
quick?
Through the wall. And it's just doing that. It's just doing that. And I just wonder, people might feel that sense of urgency.
Rushing past them.
Yeah, they might feel that running past them.
Okay.
Do you know what, Yvette? I don't even feel like talking to you as I come up here.
Why?
I feel... It's a very odd feeling. I feel fear, remorse, guilt, which would hardly be surprising in a place like this. But I actually feel as if someone is pushing on my shoulders like that. I literally feel as if my shoulders have been pushed down.
Is that because of all the supposed spirits in here?
I think it's a collective energy of what went on here. Yeah, okay. A collective energy of what went on here. But actually, now I think about it, now you ask me those questions, it feels like someone physical now. So that's an individual. This is someone who worked here because there's authority about him. Like a warden. I feel really odd. There's authority about them and he's making me feel like a prisoner. He has got this, it's like a smirk, like an evil kind of like, and I want to come in here. I want to open this door and just stand and just do this. Just stand. And just say, it's your time, it's now. So this is about execution. It's like a replay, like a residual, but it's something he's enjoying.
What was that?
What was that?
It was a big bang, that was.
Is there anybody out in the corridor making that noise?
No.
There's more in here. I want to come back here.
Okay.
There's more here.
All right.
I think a grumpy will get in here. I can feel a grumpy male, probably a governor, and that's only, you know, from what I'm saying, active, but not a roamer, not a walker.
Okay. So who is this person? There's somebody here now. I know you are because we can hear the banging. Can you make them louder? Thank you. Were you the governor? Please make the knocks louder. Were you the What? Yes.
They're pretty loud, aren't they?
Once for yes, twice for no, I said. Do you mean us any harm?
Oh, no, another one.
No.
Oh, was
that's
that no?
That's no.
Is it Jones? Is it Jones? But in Wales.
Please, sir, if you can hear my voice, is there another spirit that means us any harm? Yes. Is it male? Yes. Well, I think we're getting a lot of stuff here. How do you feel that we turn all the lights off now and that we go to night vision? It's more intimate and we can just go for it from there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it,
God,
definitely.
it's still banging now.
With all the lights in the jail turned off, the atmosphere changed dramatically. The long corridors became terrifying and our vision was non-existent. The night vision cameras were our only source of light. Little did we know it wouldn't be long before something or someone made their presence known.
You're all right.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. It's this walk. This is... I've got faces at these cell doors looking out at me, just looking at me. It's complete silence. And I've got a...
I heard that. Did you hear
What
that,
was
Karen? That was behind
a
you.
drag.
Yeah.
The shuffling
A
sound.
bang,
Yeah.
a bang and a drag.
I've got like a chaplain in front of me. I want to walk this way.
What was that?
Something above us.
That's the bell.
But there's nobody near it.
What is that?
That's the bell system. I'm sure
God,
it
I'm
is.
jumping. I thought it was all disconnected though.
Oh.
Because all the doors are linked to this bell.
Oh, to bell.
On the, not the doors, but there are wires outside.
I reckon it's when, because you're talking about what happened to them, so I reckon we go back up there and see if the same thing happens again. Yes, Karen?
Yeah.
Because it seems to be, as you're talking about their last steps, their feelings, the emotion.
So he's got his head down. He's listening to the priest or the chaplain, I think it is. And the chaplain's reading from the Bible.
What's happening down here? What happens at the end?
So he goes towards the gallows. Here. Which are here. So he's going out here.
So the gallows, you say, were basically out through this door?
Through here. Yeah, right up through here. So there's a platform built up. So they come from that cell out and right out here to a platform. And then they're hung.
When you say they are hung, how many people do you think were hung here?
I've got connection 1 and they're saying, I'll tell you what they're saying too legal. I think it's too legal and either 1 or 2 illegal. So that might be in the prison, so it could be suicides or it could be...
Right, I see. So 2 definite hanged here. Do you have any names or initials with the men that hanged, the 2 men?
I've got 1, I think, which is William. I've got 1 that went with I don't know if dignity is the right word, but there seems to have been a melancholy sort of like, kind of acceptance, and 1 that went shouting and screaming and protesting his innocence. That's what I've got. I've got 1 of each really.
That does fit, because I know.
Okay.
That's right.
William, I think, is the one that just accepts, and I think he's saying, you get random snapshots, and I've got should have finished the bitch.
Yeah.
Should have finished the bitch, is what he's saying. The other one I can't get. I haven't got such a strong link with him yet. I don't want to do this. I'm doing it for the, because you have to. It's one of those things you have to. But I really feel crap in here. My head is absolutely spinning. I'm going to sit here because, you have to... This is where they would have actually sat. I feel them. I can feel one of them sitting here. It's Griffiths.
William Griffiths.
Is it Griffiths or Griffiths?
Yeah, Griffiths.
Right.
Why was he executed?
Because he got caught.
Is there any way of getting more information from this, William? That's the second time I've heard that. It's a door.
It was just like that, Johnny, wasn't it? A bit
It wasn't
further
you,
away.
Stuart, by accident.
No,
either.
I didn't.
No, it was further away, wasn't it?
Still moving.
It's still moving.
It was when I looked at it.
No.
But it's not making a sound. It's not making a sound at all. And that door to the condemned cell, seems to creak, doesn't
That
it?
one
More so
does,
than
yeah. Do you feel better coming out of there now?
Starting to, but my God, I think I was just about to choke. Is it Watkins? Is his name Watkins?
Watkins? Whoa, is that another stone? Yeah. Cool. Where did it come from?
Well, I can certainly vouch for Stuart and Wigan because I'm this
No,
side.
it sounded like it came from like a distance away.
It was away. So
Yeah.
It's down there.
Do you know, my whole jaw is going in here. My whole jaw is going. My jaw is starting to
Is it?
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to impress the face on me. My jaw is going like.
What did you say his
widening.
name is? Watkins.
Watkins, yeah.
Warder Watkins.
Warden Watkins would have been responsible for the implementation of the day-to-day routine of the inmates, and he ruled with an iron fist. His relish for this task was apparent, and perhaps that is why his spirit still roams Beaumaris jail.
Come on, if you're here, do something. Make a sound. Swing this pendulum. On the clock. Oh. Which one is it? This one? Is it that one?
It's not this one.
Be this one. Is that one, John? Yeah. This one. They're all connected. This one.
Yeah, but which one's done it? Well, we can check.
I don't even know it worked.
It doesn't work, does it?
It does. They don't actually strike.
Yeah, there is.
That one hits it, but doesn't make it ding. Oh, there we go. But I never had.
I never
that.
heard the clunking noise.
You just heard the bell.
Let's go back into the room, because that's where we were when it happened. Right. You all right?
Oh no, I've got a shocking pain up the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh God, it's right there. I think it's going.
Warden, if you're here, please, can you slam the door or bang on the window?
Got a figure by the books. David, can you move your left hand? Okay. Can you move your right hand? Put your left hand down. Move your right hand.
Oh my. You are joking, the door's just shut. Brilliant. Get the figure back on there.
Yeah, bend over.
Oh, it
Yes,
is.
it's
Phew.
David.
Oh my.
Sorry.
I thought we had the first ghost on.
Oh!
Shh.
What was that? Felt like something coming off the desk.
Do you know what was on the desk?
Pens all in place.
This room is an active room, isn't it?
He's given me another name. It's Roland's. It's not the warder. This is the name he's given me.
This isn't the warder.
No, he's given me a name.
Oh, he's given you-
He's giving me a name.
Oh, Roland.
So, was the warden responsible for the activity that we had caught on camera? The door closing, the rapping and the stone throwing. All this phenomena had become common at the jail and witnessed by many people. Would we experience more at Beaumaris jail?
The voice went, death.
It said death.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
It was time to split up into two groups so that we could investigate the building properly. In smaller groups, would we experience more phenomena?
You're right.
Whoa!
Is there anybody in the cell?
Just came right through the door.
Jeff, Kieran and Stuart took one end of the building, whilst Carl, John, David and myself took the other side of the property.
Let's walk to the other end and see what happens. Now, earlier you didn't like to go.
Did you not hear that voice?
No.
Did you not hear? I'm really
What did you hear?
Did you not hear a voice?
Tell us what you heard.
The voice went, death.
Death. You're right, okay. Let's walk to the other end and see what happens. Now, earlier you didn't like to go.
Did you not hear that voice?
You're right.
Whoa!
Shit.
That came out of one of these. Came out of here.
It's there.
That was just as I walked past here. Big fucking stone.
I'll tell you what. I'm more than happy to do it. Come and condemn cell. Why don't you lock me in?
Okay.
Give us, yeah. Okay.
There's a shout car.
Jeff, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel okay.
I don't know if it's the light playing tricks, but I keep seeing like occasionally like a shadow outside the window. Is it the lights off this? Well, I was thinking that, but the viewfinder's closed, isn't it?
With Carl alone in the condemned cell, I asked David to perform his chant in an attempt to amplify the spiritual energy.
Have you done your Arte Marku thing?
I haven't done it. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Listening to that, sitting in this cell, waiting for something paranormal to happen. It's almost sick, in a way. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
We're coming in, Carl. You alright, mate?
Yeah. Fine.
What were you feeling in here?
Just depression. You just give up. I just before you came in, I saw something touch my arm. I made me jump, sort of snapped me out of it. But it wasn't a nasty touch. It was like a tender touch. It was just a. This place. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Can somebody just stand behind me because somebody's just messing with my hood? Are you there? My head's going in here.
I feel sick, but actually
My
feel
head's
physically sick.
I now felt that this was a good time to join up with the rest of the crew. David Wells thought we should try to contact Warden Watkins, who seemed to be the strongest entity present in the jail. So maybe a séance in the governor's office would be an appropriate place to try to communicate with the dead. Stuart, Kath, Jeff, Carl, David and myself hoped we'd encounter the spirits who were causing the ghostly activity in the jail.
You're not David.
Yeah, strong conditions.
You're okay. What's the matter?
Can you spell out your first name? Use the letters around this board to spell out your first name.
W.
W. Can you give us the next letter of your name, please? Oh, okay. Can you give us the next letter of your name, please?
A.
T. Going for the T.
Yes,
or
we're
not?
T. Mine don't make any sense today.
What did you say the name was? Watkins.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it's a surname.
Oh, go
Can
on.
you give us the next letter?
Oh, okay. You all right, sweetheart? What's the matter?
Which one's that?
K.
That's what it is.
I've got a strap around the top of my legs.
You do? A strap?
Noodles.
Oh,
I know.
You feel like you're being tied.
Yeah.
how
My
weird.
legs feel.
Did you secretly like to watch the new men come in here and bathe?
Yes.
Oh, why'd you say that?
When David was talking, I kept getting an image in my mind of this bloke
Yes,
standing there watching the new
Yes.
guys come in.
Are you homosexual?
I think we've established that. It's like to watch men bathe themselves.
Are you scared? Are you scared?
Scared of what?
You're scared because it was a sin to be a homosexual then.
Oh, of course.
It was a sin, it was against the law. Does he want to harm us now?
Do you want... Oh, hang on. Ask your question.
Can you do something else for us in this room now? Throw something. Let us know you're here.
Oh, hello, Jeff.
That's you, Jeff.
Do you like Jeff?
Oh, he's strapping you to the chair, Jeff.
Could be,
Oh, hang on.
Could be.
Oh, yes.
Did you used to tie him down so he could...
Oh, my... That's horrific. Ask.
Do you want to tie Jeff down? Is that what you're trying to do?
Does Jeff look like somebody he loved when he was alive? R. U. P. E. Keep going, keep going. R. Rupert. Rupert.
I look like Rupert. Oh, did he love you?
No.
Unrequited love.
Was he a prisoner?
Yeah, was he a prisoner in the jail?
Do you want to see Rupert again?
Oh, you are Rupert.
But I'm not Rupert.
You don't know that.
You need to tell him. Tell him.
You might be the reincarnation.
I could be. I don't think I'm Rupert.
Strong, isn't it? Yeah, very strong.
So, a warder named Watkins seemed to have lived a life filled with secrets, violence, and unrequited love. Now that we seem to have contacted this spirit, would Warder Watkins continue to communicate with us? It was time to split up into groups again. Would the ghosts of Beaumaris jail fade away into the darkness, or would they come out to play?
I've just got tightening in my chest, really. If you...
Beaumaris Jail in Anglesey, Wales was proving to be a very interesting and active location. Carl had decided to return to the condemned cell alone, with the security of knowing that David and Jeff were just outside.
Is that you? David? Yeah? You're not making any noises out there, are you?
No, I'm sitting perfectly still.
If that was you, I'm sorry. Who are you? Eye hurts, my eyes killing me. If you... No, mate, I'm sorry. I ain't even interested. Can you open the door, David? Quick, thank you. Let's go. Oh, that's enough, thanks. He lifted the thing up.
On the bed?
The bed lifted up. I was hearing... Oh, that noise.
Listen carefully to the whining noise that Carl's camera captured twice. His exit was quick after Carl claims that the bed moves. All in all, the condemned cell is not a place for the faint-hearted. We had decided to split into two groups again, Carl and John joining David and I in the Stark Room, where a frightening black mass is claimed to have been seen on a regular basis, whilst Kieran, Stuart and Jeff decided to recreate the final moments of the condemned man in the condemned cell.
It's time. Follow me. Okay. You all right, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I'm so angry.
You're all tensed up, huh?
I was thinking in the condemned cell, because I do forensic work, getting in, right, thinking about what I've done, shoving a broom handle down my wife's throat, killing her.
Okay.
Right? Not my actual wife,
Yes,
but
yes,
thinking,
yes.
putting myself into that role. I was thinking about that, and then when you came in, I just started to get really angry. Really angry, really aggressive.
I've just got tightening in my chest, really, in my throat.
There's another stone. Sorry, just something just went. It hit my right by my coat here. It hit here, really close to my neck. That's what I mean when it's trying to hurt you. That's what I don't like. You alright, Carl?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
You look very odd to me. Maybe it's just the night vision.
Once for years.
Light.
You alright, Carl? What's the matter?
I'm saying it's all, that's all. 1 minute on me,
Oh,
and the next
is
minute...
that you, David?
What?
A big knock? Was there a knock on the door? I'm sorry, Carl, I just interrupted you, sweetie. I just could have sworn it.
Joy.
What? What's the matter?
I saw someone standing there. I've got this one then, there's nothing on it.
Oh, that's it, I heard this. I'll just show you what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big one, okay? That was a big one. Joe, David, don't walk off.
It's more than one, it's about 3 of them.
It's actually thrown with such force.
Was it
It's
split?
split.
Come to that, if that...
That had hit you.
Yeah, but you look at that. You run your finger on it.
Oh, no, that hit me right on my bum. That hit me right on my bottom. That really hurt. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Why can't you come out of the shadows? Whoa, it hit me right in my hand. You. Oh, hurt.
Beaumaris jail had certainly lived up to its expectations. We had caught plenty of unexplained phenomena, from doors opening and closing, audibles and stone throwing. If there were spirits trying to talk to us, they'd certainly put the effort in. The atmosphere in the jail had been electric and at times terrifying. Beaumaris Jail will certainly stay in my memory for many years. Until next time, sleep tight.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted Extra. We've come to Anglesey and to Beaumaris Prison. To me it has to be one of the most finest examples of a prison that dates back to the Victorian times. It's unbelievable, it's huge, it really is a big place. It's going to be very, very frightening when all the lights go off. There's just lots of little cells, higgledy-piggledy rooms going up the stairs, and there's long corridors which always frighten people. I just know for a fact there's going to be a lot of screaming tonight.
It's all very
We've just arrived at Beaumaris Jail in North Wales, and I've got to say it's beautiful, really nice, and even through the daytime it looks quite unnerving, very scary, so God knows what it's going to be like tonight. Like I say, we've all just arrived now, and everyone's running around like headless chickens at the moment. And I'm just trying to find Carl. I can't find Carl at the moment. We've been missing for the last 10 minutes. Because we need to know where we're going to start filming Yvette and where we're going to start lighting.
This is fast becoming my favourite place to go. Isn't it so weird that today, you know, you get so used to looking at the modern jails and everything, you forget. It's so easy to forget that.
Going back, you know.
But even in its day, this was probably very modern.
Yeah.
You know.
It was, but you know, at that time they all had the silent and separate system. They were all in a separate cell on their own when we came here. The original jail was on the seafront, with the car park on the green there. There's a big building there called Victoria Terrace. That's where the original jail. It was close proximity to the courthouse at that time. Right. So then when tourism started kicking off, when Victoria was coming here, and they found that it wasn't up to standard, the old jail, they decided to move the old jail up here. Hanson, better known with the Hanson Cap, he was the architect of the building. And then he built Victoria Terrace afterwards, he bought that, and he built the Buckingham Hotel after that.
Brilliant, I think it's fantastic.
The place is fantastic, but this just shows you why you should never let an academic do field work. Because although I have a kit that could find out the environmental variables and actually look for a possible reason why people are having haunting experiences, I forgot the key to unlock the case. So it's locked. And that's why I'm here with a pair of scissors trying to open the thing. Just shows you, doesn't it?
Fantastic. Where'd you get those from?
From one of the other metal cases. They're all the same keys. Just shows you how bad the security is, doesn't it?
Are we happy now?
I'm so happy. I will make everybody souffle.
Right then.
I'm going to send you home afterwards because
So, we know on the map what we're... Oh, wow. It's huge.
It is big, isn't it? And the nice thing is that the ground floor matches the first floor in terms of...
Okay. You've got your punishment cell.
Yes.
The women's workroom. The walk to the scaffold. The whipping room. Oh my God, that's awful.
The left, just round here.
Oh, you hung in the street.
Oh, you were hung in the street?
You went across through the other door.
Yeah.
Through this
You were
door.
really high up, so then you get hung in the street.
And the other side of that is the street, so it's a public execution.
Yeah, because if you look in here, there's your walkway.
Oh, right, look.
Brilliant.
And then they did you there.
Right, so that's the gibbet door,
Look,
and that's
yeah,
where we're
look.
standing in there.
Oh my God, how awful.
And the guy that works here said he was closing up one night, he was stood there, and they heard a knock at that door from the outside, and they heard footsteps coming from above, as if someone was walking on that.
It's amazing, isn't it? Oh, it's just horrific.
That's the treadmill there, and then in the end room is the whipping room.
Oh my God.
It's all really pleasant, isn't it?
It's lovely. And in today's prisons, you get your own carpet, hairdressers, television.
TV.
Yeah.
This is what we've finally gotten done. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights we've got, and we've used this colour blue, so it gives out the shadows, if you can see, with the bars. Some nice shadows on the wall, you know, it looks very atmospheric. When Yvette's walking up, and then she's going to walk into that room, so Steadicam's on his way up shortly now.
Because the temperature is going to go down outside, it's going to affect how people are doing the investigation, and it's not just they're going to report the temperature going down, but they might get headaches, start to shake a bit. They'll feel the physical effects a lot more here.
Yeah, you're right. And then, of course, they think they're gonna. It's paranormal, and in fact, it isn't.
And then
so.
they'll play havoc.
Yeah.
Ideally, it'd be nice if it was a full.
Yeah, well, that's something we're making the effort to put it on the Steadicam. We might as well get that full shot. So then the Steadicam will come back. And he'll come through and finish.
We're just waiting now. So first piece to camera that I have to do, where basically I talk about the prison, certain parts of the prison that are supposedly haunted, and a little bit of history as well. So we're just setting up for that, and because we want the lighting to look right, to give everybody at home the mood of and the atmosphere that we actually are feeling here now. Funnily enough, I was talking to a gentleman outside who's one of the guides here, and he said one of the phenomena here is, surprise, surprise, objects being thrown.
Not yet. Not yet, you're not doing this bit first. You're doing
Are you coming back to where?
We've got new members on board with us today, other crew members, and basically they're all shitting themselves. I suppose the most haunted team have been a bit blasé, you know, we're used to doing it week in and week out. But it's nice to see other people come on board. And one of the girls there who's dealing with the auto queue, I don't know her name, I've not really spoke to her, but I heard her earlier on talking about she didn't want to come up here on her own. She'd only come up if other crew members were up here, and she's up there now just setting stuff out, but she won't go anywhere on her own. So God knows what's going to happen to her.
The first, William Griffiths, was hanged in 1830 for the attempted murder of his wife. And the second wasn't until 1862. Richard Rowlands was hanged for murdering his father-in-law. They would have both spent their last hours in the condemned cell.
He's pushed you into head and shoulders.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. You can walk in, let that last because you cut. If you just take a couple of steps in, that would really help. From there, that's brilliant. And you just walk in.
Well, to this day, people coming...
Is everyone happy? Yeah. Set. And action.
Well, to this day, people complain of being pushed against the wall by an unseen force. Others complain of being touched by ghostly hands, and a lonely phantom is said to lurk in the shadows.
I'm happy. I thought it looked great.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Brilliant. That's take. Just grabbed hold of Yvette. We've had a bit of a problem because we need 4 cameras to do this shoot. It's Yvette and Kieran's piece of camera. Now, one of the problems is that we've hired in a camera and a set of legs, and Wigan said there's no plate, so you can't stick the camera to the legs. That's what the plate does. So I've just gone mad, and then to find out it's in where it should be, in the back. So we've had to de-rig the cameras that we were going to use, which weren't the cameras we wanted to use. Not confusing you yet, but I'm calm now. It's fine. See, this is me calm now. I'm calm. In with love, out with hate. In with love, out with anger. That's now. Anyway, the next bit you're going to see is Yvette's piece with Kieran.
It's not derelict in some of the jails that we've done before. It's really as it would have been in the Victorian era. It just has that feel about it.
Okay, Vat, do you want to talk to me? Yeah, that'd be good if you just took your camera lens off. God's sake. Just done a few pieces to camera. I just know, I just really know that stuff is going to happen here tonight. I've got a really good feeling about it. I know I want to go off with Kieran on my own. I want to go off with John Gilbert on my own. I'm getting braver, I really am.
This door locks from the outside. I reckon tonight, either you or I should go in that one room for half an hour.
Absolutely.
And the other one, somebody lock it from the outside. Because that'll be...
We'll do that.
We imagine darkness in there, but no people.
Well, don't forget, Carl, there's another cell. It's got 3 doors to it.
Oh, that one, yeah, downstairs. That's it downstairs, yeah.
Half an hour in that, no fact we can hear you.
It's pitch black. It's no cell.
I've just arrived at Beaumaris jail. It looks kind of scary. I'm going to be really, really frightened when the lights go out, but that's not for a few hours yet. So until then, I'm going to just take stock of myself, get it, see what I did then, and we'll have a cup of tea.
You must believe me when I say this. Just hold it down. I was talking to Ian Cash, one of the other camera guys earlier, and I said, is there anything else down there, mate? He said, yeah, there's a light, there's some trace and some gels. I came down and the lights were here. I got the light, I put it there, I started collapsing the stands, and as I'm doing that, something caught the corner of my eye, and I looked over, and I'm being deadly serious now. It was like someone was standing here, looking at me, and walked off, and that is no word of a lie.
I'm looking through the floor plans and the notes in order to know where I'm going to be setting up lock-offs, MP3s, trigger objects, EMF.
Oh, Kieran, look a little bit more animated.
Yeah, we're going to be doing MP3s, lock-offs, trigger objects, all those kinds of things. I can't wait to get started with this investigation.
Cool.
And some EMF meters. Just do one in one corner, pointed at the door, and the other one in the other corner, pointed that way. So, and I'll set up various sensors around the room. Temperature sensors to see if there's any unusual drop, and later on when I come back and collect the cameras, I can check the readout from these, and also an EMF meter on constant record. Yep, looks good. Okay, let's find exit.
Alright, that's my first piece of diagram today, and as you can tell, it's gone dark already. I'm working like a blue arts flies. This is the first chance I've had to talk to you, really. It's been a fantastic. We've done one walk around already. As you can see, we're just getting ready for the second one. This is a welcome return because we've not done nighttime walk arounds for a long time. So I'm just getting a little mini camp ready, PC90s in case you're interested. And we're going to go through, and hopefully we're going to get as much activity as we just did on the lit walk around because, you know, it's night time and you get a lot more stuff happening. It's a lot more spooky here. So hopefully when we do this now, they should let that on.
But do you want to just lock me in the cell?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
Sure you're going to be alright though?
Yeah, you're going to be outside?
If you want me to be outside.
Just be outside for a bit, and just in case it all goes
It's
wrong.
going to be with me.
Sam.
What's this? What is
I'm just going to go upstairs for 15 minutes now. On my own in the condemned cell.
I don't think that's a really good idea.
But what I'm going to do, if you just shut it now.
Yeah.
Shut it, and I'm going to tell you when I'm sitting on the bed when this is ready, because I'm going to lie down and just lock it, because I want to hear it lock. You can lock the door. Yeah, it was good that I kept stepping out.
Back to normality again, but them guys didn't have any choice, did they?
But I'm going to do, I just researched that, yeah.
I've just been hit with a stone out here.
Where?
I've just been hit with a stone out here. Everybody heard it, didn't you?
Look, we heard it, yeah.
Yeah, it hit my knee. It hit my knee.
But that was like it came from up there.
Carl's just had the SH1T scared out of it. He was standing there talking and this chap walked up and Carl thought it was a ghost. He went, oh yeah, shit me up.
I say this place is scary place. It's
Yes,
so
it is, isn't
scary.
it? It's great.
I don't want to go home, but in a way I can't wait to go home.
I know. We're going to brew up.
Right, it's another night finished. Another night done, another investigation done. The chest is done. We've been pelted, we've been attacked, you've sworn at a ghost. You realise that you're a ghost falling in love with you? Average night for most haunted.
It's an average night.
That's it for another Most Haunted Extra. Thank you very, very much for joining us.
We were being pelted with stones again. Car felt really funny down in the condemned cell area. We had wrappings again there. It was just awful. Really, really quite frightening.
Even though it was a great investigation, the general sort of feeling is that it didn't have enough time.
That's it for another investigation. I have to say this was a cracking place, absolutely fantastic. If you're around the area, in fact, even if you're not in the area, make a special journey. It's a great place, interesting place. I think there's a lot more to give up here, we just didn't have time. I've loved it. I always love coming to Wales and tonight was just no exception.